Hello beautiful creatures and welcome back to my channel. So today I just want to preface this because it is gloomy outside, so our lighting is gonna be interesting. So we're nearing the end of June now, which is insane, but that means that we are about a month away from a lot of people going back to college or going to college for the first time. And so I was inspired to make a video for all of my current or aspiring theater majors out there to just give you some tips and tricks that I've picked up along the way and help you out a little bit. So I compiled this list of things that you should kind of keep in mind or keep literally with you as a theater major, and I decided to share that with you. The first thing on my list, and I'm gonna say one of the most important things, is your writing utensils. So I'm gonna say highlighters, pens, pencils. Those are very important to have because if you're at rehearsal and you're getting notes, you need something to write with. Or if you get your script and you need to highlight your parts, or you need to just write down a little staging note. These are the things that you need pens and pencils and highlighters for. And me personally, I have this little thing here. We're gonna open it up. So I have two black pens and two pencils. That's really all I do because I like colorful stuff. And then, oh snap, don't fall. The rest of this is just highlighters and colorful pens. Why? I could not tell you. And with that, I say you should get a journal because I personally don't like writing staging notes and character notes in my script. And sometimes you can't because it's a rented script, like a libretto for a musical. And so I say keep a journal on hand. I have a billion journals. I don't actually write in this one because this is one that my best friend from high school got me, but it's the one I had closest to me, so. But no, having a journal on hand is really good because it lets you write things down, and if you're at home and you have a realization about a character, you can write it down, even if you don't have your script, which is another thing you should just always have with you. Keep your script on hand at all times, because maybe you're at lunch and for whatever reason, not because you don't have friends, you have friends, but maybe that day your friends are in class or something and you want to learn some lines. Pull out your script, learn some lines, learn some blocking, get some stuff down. Just use any time that you have to advance yourself. Have your script ready. So the next little section of things is just things that you should have on you for very specific times and needs. So first of all, I say a water bottle. Water bottles are just good because staying hydrated is good, and a reusable water bottle is just better for the environment. So there's that. I also say have a couple snacks on you just because sometimes rehearsals go long, or sometimes your day goes long and you don't have time to run and get food from your cafeteria or any eating establishment that might be on your campus. So having a couple snacks, I have fruit snacks or trail mix or a power bar, I don't really care, it doesn't matter. But having those on hand is actually very helpful because if you get hungry, you can eat it. And I know when I was in high school, my costume rule was that you can only eat dry snacks in costume. Now, right now in college, they're do not eat in costume, which makes sense. But in case your school has more of a only dry foods rule, stick to some dry snacks. Get some trail mix. Trail mix is actually really good. I mean, the raisins are, anyway. I also say, and this is a note that I picked up from one of my teachers, always have mints, Altoids, Tic Tacs, maybe even a toothbrush or some mouthwash on hand, because we as actors, we are close people. We talk in each other's faces. And if you had some good broccoli for breakfast, for whatever reason, or a spinach omelet, that makes more sense, Chase. If you had a spinach omelet for breakfast with some mushrooms and some onion, or even coffee, it's on your breath. So carry some mints around just to help those around you. You will be very loved in the department, I promise you, because you'll be the person who always has nice breath, and that Trust me, that's a good thing to have on your record. I also say things to just keep with you would be like headphones, portable charger, I don't know, deodorant, you know what I mean? Just things that will come in handy in certain situations. Like sometimes you get stinky. That's okay. Portable charger, everybody's phone dies. And then headphones are another trick that I picked up from a teacher. Before we go into auditions, a lot of the time you're around other people. So what I was taught was to bring some headphones, put your headphones in, listen to some like chill music before you go in the room, and kind of block out everyone else. Because if you have headphones in, nobody's really gonna talk to you. Like, it's just kind of courtesy, right? But it also lets you center yourself and focus on what you're doing rather than trying to focus on what other people are doing, because what's the point in focusing on other people when you're about to go audition, right? So keep some headphones on you, AirPods, whatever, you know, if you got that dough. But stay in your own little bubble before going in. So this next subsection is about keeping a change of clothes on you. And there are different like options that I think you should have, but it's kind of situational, right? So at Pepperdine, we have lockers. Like we have a locker room for the actors. And so if you want a locker, you can have one and you can keep stuff in there. I personally keep my change of clothes in there and my, you know, deodorant and lotion and stuff like that. Ooh, lotion, extra bonus. But for the change of clothes, there's a couple different things that you might want to have. So first of all, Pepperdine has this class called Play Pro, which is basically where we learn construction of set skills and we build our sets. And so I always keep a change of clothes that I call my Play Pro outfit in my locker, because I don't want to get, like, if I'm wearing this outfit, I don't want to go and paint, because if I get paint on this shirt, I will be very upset. So I go, I change my clothes, change my shoes half the time, and then I go to class. Another thing I would recommend having is just a jacket, because I don't know how, but in a theater or in a black box or anything like that, somehow it is always cold. And no, this is not just a Pepperdine. This is like every single theater ever. It's always cold and it makes no sense. So keep a jacket on you. I'd say like keep that in your backpack or something, because having a jacket during those times, it's just so nice, and you can like cover up and be all happy and cozy while other people are in the corner because they didn't watch my video and they're going, oh, it's so cold. Tell them to watch my video and get some tips and tricks. I would also say that it is important to have like a dance outfit on hand, because I don't know, you might have a dance class or you might have a dance-based rehearsal. And you know, if you have a dance-based rehearsal but you came to rehearsal that day in some jeans because you didn't know it was gonna be dancey, just be like, excuse me, run to the bathroom, put on some leggings and, I don't know, an oversized sweatshirt, and go back to rehearsal in an outfit that works for that day. And then I would also say to have some like black clothing. I learned very young in my theater experience that like stage blacks are just very useful, because the clothes that you're wearing often give off a certain energy, both in your own actions and how people perceive you. But blacks are kind of neutral. They allow you to be and do whatever you want. So stage blacks are good to have on hand because it kind of just, it sets this neutrality to who you are and what you're doing. It's also helpful for a program like Pepperdine, because if you're working backstage on a show, you have to be wearing blacks so that you're not seen moving around. And so if you have some on hand, there you go. So this one's kind of with clothing, but it's not exactly about just clothing that you should have like in a locker or something. But I recommend having audition outfits just in your wardrobe, because I don't know, I think it's just important to be like, I can wear this to an audition. I cannot wear this to an audition. You know what I mean? Because I've been in bad audition outfit situations before. I literally got a note from the director telling me, you probably shouldn't have worn this to the audition. But it taught me that there is sort of an etiquette when it comes to auditioning and the things that you wear and how it works for you. And then the last thing that I think you need to have, and kind of one of the more important things, is just a monologue that works for you. Like having one on hand that you can just pull out whenever you need to it's a great advantage when you go into a program. Because at least for Pepperdine, we have this class called Audition Practicum, and it's basically a class of monologues. So you workshop monologues in that class, you get feedback from sometimes your peers and mostly the teacher of the class. But you get feedback, you get to workshop monologues that could potentially be audition monologues for you. So you get to do that. And for people that are in musical theater, I'd say do the same, but with your audition book. Like have a book, have songs that you know you can kill. Just in case you get into a oral techniques class and they're like, hey, can you sing for me? You don't want to be like, hey, I don't know any songs. Yes, I can sing for you. Open up your book, find a song that you want, go ahead. Or if you're in an acting class, hey, randomly, first day of class, do a monologue. I don't know any monologues. Yes, I have one. To be or not to be. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. But you have something. The last couple things are just kind of things to keep in mind. I'd say always go into a department or a rehearsal or any kind of theatrical space with an open mind and a positive attitude. Because theater is not something that you can plan. It's not something that just, it's written and it happens, you know? You have to go in there being willing to work, being willing to play, being willing to have fun. Because if you don't have fun, then the whole experience, what's the point? You know, like theater, yes, it is a serious major to get into and it's a serious amount of work that you have to put in, but you also have to have a love for the art. You have to be able to go into that room, take it all seriously, but also be willing to mess up a couple times and find what works, find what doesn't work. And you gotta be willing to do that. And when it comes to entering these spaces, like rehearsal, for instance, be early when you enter these spaces with your open mind and your positive attitude. Be early, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes early. It doesn't matter. It's up to you and what your pre-rehearsal rituals are and what you need to do. If you need to warm up, then you need to get there earlier because you need to warm up. If you just want to be there earlier because you have to put on your rehearsal clothing, get there early so you can put on your rehearsal clothing. But getting there on time and then realizing, ooh, I have to warm up. Ooh, I have to put on my rehearsal skirt. Ooh, where are my character shoes? Doesn't look good. It just doesn't. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you took something, learned something, got a tip or a piece of advice that will help you going back to school. I'm sure everyone's excited to either be starting college or to be returning after this difficult time. And yeah, have a good rest of your summer. Have a good school year. And until next time, remember, follow your heart and chase those dreams. Bye!